Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Hello and welcome to our course today on building your self-confidence. My name is Levante Dorsey, your coach to endless success, and I am super excited to have you with us today. Today, we're going to focus on confidence. That feeling, that inner thought, that inner being within you that pushes you towards the success and having all that you want, the belief in yourself, the positive mindset. We are going to build your confidence to a level that you couldn't even imagine. Before we get started today, I do want to make sure that you printed out the handout that was given, that you have a couple note cards handy, and a pen or a pencil. So if you don't have those things, go ahead and gather it, and we'll be right back. Awesome. You have gathered all of your materials, and that is super important to have. So I hope you really gathered them because I can't do the work for you today. Today, you will really be digging down deep and doing the work for yourself. So we will focus on who are you, a step-by-step guide to building your inner confidence. Now, before we really dig into today's subject matter, I want everyone to close your eyes. Go ahead, really close your eyes. I can see you still looking at me. Close your eyes, and for a moment, I just want you to give yourself permission to be free, permission to be open, permission to be vulnerable, permission to take time for yourself, a time now where you will reflect on yourself as a whole, maybe past incidents, and we're going to be free to make changes and be open. Don't focus on a task at work that you have to finish, things with the children, paying bills. Clear your mind completely and take this little bit of time, a lot of time that we have together and focus on you. If you are free, your mind is clear, take a deep breath in, let it out, settle in. Oh, that felt good even when I did it. Deep breathing is really an awesome key and coping skill to have. So take your deep breath in, take a time, free your mind, clear, and let's get started. Permission to be open and free. So, confidence. What is confidence? According to the dictionary, it's a feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. An appreciation of your own abilities or qualities. So say you don't appreciate your abilities and qualities or have trust in yourself and your ability to accomplish tasks, to set goals, to go after them and to achieve them. If you don't have a self-assurance and appreciation in those, then you're lacking confidence. But today, we're going to change that around because everyone is fully capable of being confident and believing in themselves. I remember starting off in middle school, I had my first experience with low self-confidence. I was doing pretty good. My grades were okay in school. And one day I was sitting in class and they sent a pass and said, Levante, you're going to the Quest program. Now here where I'm from, the Quest program is for the gifted and talented. And I said, who, me? I thought that they were out of their minds. Now I knew I was pretty okay, but the gifted and talented, no, not me. So when I went to the class, I remember sitting there like, oh my gosh, these people have made the biggest mistake. Even the materials that they were going over, I did not understand at all. I had no clue what they were talking about. And I said, oh no, this is going to be really bad. They are going to know that I cannot hold up to my end of the bargain. But guess what? I did. And that moment alone shaped so much, including when I transitioned to high school, it automatically placed me in the honors and advanced placement classes, which then assisted me into getting into college. So imagine if I had fought against that moment, if my confidence was lacking and I didn't go for it, how much it would have changed my future. There are things that we have done that have held you back from the goals and all that you want to achieve, but we will do that no more. Today is the day where you are going to grab hold of your inner confidence and you are going to do amazing things. You're going to believe in yourself and we are going to change any negative thoughts that you have about yourself. But first, we have to do I would say a little spring cleaning. We have to clean up any negative thoughts that you are having inside. So let's go ahead and go to our next slide. Confidence. Do you have it? Right? Sometimes confidence is a tricky thing to have. We would say overall we may have a good sense of confidence, but then when it comes to a certain aspect, maybe a task that you're asked to do on the job. Have you ever noticed that you kind of get like super nervous inside and you kind of shy away, and then those negative thoughts kick in and you start having some self-doubt, wondering, am I capable of doing this? Can I do this? And if really we could just take an outer body experience in that moment and talk to ourselves and see that our brain is just going into a protective mode, a natural state of trying to protect you from any danger or hurt. But what we have to do is tell our brain, no, I got this. I have prepared for this moment. I have worked hard on the job. I have worked hard. Maybe if it's health wise, maybe you're going to do a photo shoot, having full confidence in yourself and your abilities. So, do you have confidence? Take a moment, think for yourself. When it comes to your overall confidence or when it comes to completing a certain task, do you sometimes shy away from doing new things, or are you fully confident and you go straight ahead? Think about it. Go ahead. Take it in. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, so who are you? Well, you are the driver of your own confidence. And to further break down who you are, we're going to get out that worksheet that you have, and we're going to start on our first activity. Go ahead, get your papers. It looks just like this. Who are you? Okay? Let's see if I can shift this over a little bit. Bear with me 1 second because I want to make sure that you can see the entire sheet. Oh, there we go. You can still see me. Who are you? So here we have something like a Venn diagram, but a little different. In circle number 1, right here in this area, I want you to take the time to describe how you view yourself, whether positive or negative characteristics. Take the time in circle number 1 and say how you view yourself. Then, in circle number 2, tell how others have reported experiencing you as a person, positive or negative characteristics. So sometimes we may see ourselves a certain way, whether it be, oh, I'm shy and I don't like to be around people or talking to people, and someone else may think you're totally outgoing. So we want to see if these ways align. Or we may see ourselves as super positive. We try to give our best. We work hard. And others may experience us a little bit different and have some critiques that they want to give us, right? So we want to see if we line up with who we present ourselves to be and who others have us to be. So again, in circle number 1, simply describe who you are, how you view yourself, positive or negative. And then in circle number 2, I want you to take time and write how others have reported experiencing you. Do they describe you as negative in a positive way, right? And then in our final circle, right here, circle number 3, simply want you to tell if there are similarities or if they differ. Right? And then if they do differ, please on the side, maybe in this area here, please state any change you feel you can make towards self-improvement. So this is where it's going to get a little tricky because maybe you find that, the ways you see yourself isn't aligning with who you want to be. And that is okay. It is okay. Every day I'm looking at myself and seeing what I can improve. And you can do the same. What is it that you can do better? So I'm going to be quiet for a second. And I want you to take the time to fill out this worksheet. Read through the descriptions again if you need to. All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back. How did it go? Hopefully you found that worksheet to be very easy, and also hopefully you found maybe some characteristics that you want to work on or things you can do to improve. Now all of this, although some of it may have brought up different feelings in you, it is all to assist with strengthening your inner self-confidence. Sometimes we have to recognize the things that we can work on, the things we can do better, because all they are obstacles that are holding us back from our true greatness and the true strength and inner confidence that we have. So I hope that the worksheet went well. You can go ahead and put that to the side, and we're going to focus on something else. Daily confidence killers. What is it that kind of hold you back? What do you think confidence killers are? What is it that holds you back from accomplishing and doing all that you need to do? I want you to just think of some confidence killers. These could be people, it could be yourself, it could be things around us, things we see in the world. What are confidence killers? Well, let's go check it out on our next slide. Confidence killers, past defeats. So, as I told you before, I went to school and there were certain times when I did not do too good on tests that I took. But I had to each time recover and not allow that to hold me back. Because if I were to dwell on the past mistakes or the test that didn't go too well, going into the next test, how do you think that would have turned out? Probably not too hot. So the same with you. There have been things in your past that have defeated you, that have not gone too well, that hurt your feelings inside, that have maybe been very low points. But we cannot hold on to those because what they do today is kill our confidence in ourselves today. And that is not what we want. So past defeats, we have to move past. We have to heal from them, take them as a learning experience, and then strive ahead and push forward in today's future, our bright future. Another confidence killer could be family and friends. Now, hopefully this isn't your family, but we all often have people that although they are supposed to love us, they do not treat us that great. And although they are our family, that does not mean that we cannot respectfully distance ourselves from them. If family or friends are not there to build you up and fully support you, it is okay to keep them at a distance because this life that we live, at times it can be short, and we want to make sure that we are enjoying every aspect of it and living it to the best of our abilities. Another aspect that can be a true confidence killer, television. Reality shows that aren't even really reality. We see the people on TV just living these lavish lives, fancy car, material things. And what we don't see is deep down inside, some of them are really sad. And we really don't want to, and also on social media. Social media, as we most know, is pretty much out of control and typically not reality as well. We see the pretty perfect picture that people present when in actuality it's not fully true. Deep down inside, some of them are struggling with their own confidence. We don't want to reflect our lives on these sort of false hopes. Does that make sense? These false hopes. We want to be confident and strong and have a strong belief in ourselves to where television, social media, it doesn't sway us either way. We know that we have our own personal goals, our own tasks that we're looking to complete. We don't compare our lives to anyone. You were made. You specifically were made with a purpose. You have a specific talent that only you can do. And your confidence has been holding you back from that set purpose that you have here on this life. So we're not going to let confidence killers stop us anymore. Our final confidence killer is self-talk. Negative self-talk. How do you talk to yourself? What does that little voice in the back of your head kind of say? Is it speaking positive or is it sometimes beating you up? Is it sometimes taking you to a low place, right? One thing I love to do is say positive affirmations to myself throughout the day. Or in those moments where I'm feeling kind of low, I think back to the positive things people tell me about myself or things I truly believe about myself. Negative self-talk can truly take you out of the game and really kind of shoot your confidence. But after today, we're not going to let confidence killers take us over. You are going to say bye-bye confidence killers and hello to confidence, right? So this is what we'll do. Let's make it personal. I really want to know, what are your true confidence killers? So remember that note card we talked about? Go ahead and grab that and your ink pen. And on you could just use one note card for this task. On your note card, I simply want you to write, let me show you what we're working with. On your little piece of card, I simply want you to write, what your confidence killers have been, your personal confidence killers. And I love being transparent and making it personal. Sometimes with encouraging people and motivating people, I get down on myself on the things that I have not yet accomplished. But one thing today I can honestly say is I've been consistent in working towards all of the goals I'm hoping to achieve. So sometimes my own negative self-talk, whether it be, well, you didn't do too well on that diet or you didn't do too well working out today, it kind of beats me up sometimes, but I also work hard to flip that right around to a positive self-talk. As soon as negative self-talk kicks in, I automatically say, no, no, no. Because what is that doing to build me up? What is that doing to build you up? So right now, I want you to take your piece of paper and write down the exact example of what your confidence killer has been. Maybe someone has said something negative, said you wouldn't achieve something. I have a story too about a pastor that told me that I was not going to make it into the University of Pennsylvania for grad school and said, "Are you sure you're going to get into there?" Oh, confidence killer, right? So maybe it's people, negative self-talk, past failures. So take a couple minutes and I just want you to write down. You have to write it down. The exact things that have been your confidence killers. Okay? And we'll be right back. Hello, and thank you so much for taking the time to be honest and write down your confidence killers. So now we're going to focus on writing down how these confidence killers are stopping you from achieving your goals and dreams. So for each confidence killer that you wrote, I want you to think about what it is stopping you from achieving. Maybe it was a past relationship that really hurt you and is stopping you from finding true love now and finding happiness and joy in a relationship and a mate. Maybe you lost a job or were fired, or someone said that you just weren't good enough, right? Maybe that is now stopping you from going after your dream job, the one you know that you are fully capable of having, but this confidence killer is holding you back. So go ahead and take a moment to write down each one of those confidence killers. Well, right next to those confidence killers, what goals these are holding you back from. I'll wait this time. We won't even stop the recording. Matter of fact, I'll join you and write down some myself. All right, so that shouldn't have taken long at all. So now that we know how these are stopping you, it's time for our mindset change, right? So you have your confidence killers and you have the goals that they are stopping you from. So I want you just imagine that each confidence killer that you wrote down is a heavy boulder, right? Like a big boulder, like the size of the rocks that you see when you go near a river, but like the big ones, right? So pretend each one of those are boulders and pretend that you have to carry all of those. So if you have even one or two confidence killers, they're pretty much going to weigh you down. Now imagine that just 50 yards away, about half the length of a football field, right? Pretty much. 50 yards away at the middle of the end zone. Imagine that 50 yards away is that goal, that dream that you want to achieve. And here you are carrying those confidence killers. It makes it really hard to get there, right? So what do we have to do to go after it? Go ahead. I know you know. We have to let go of those confidence killers. Those are the past. We cannot hold on to them. They are what are stopping us from achieving our goals and having all that we want and deserve. So we have to have a mindset change. Now, I know you're saying, well, sometimes that can be very difficult. How do I go about doing that? I'm glad you asked. So yes, we're going to have a mindset change. Let's go over ways that we can effectively begin to boost our confidence. First, we must step outside of our comfort zone. Now, I know we love our comfort zone. It's so cozy and it is where we feel, we do best. But imagine if we stepped out and did something different, tried something new. Because also imagine all that we are holding ourselves back from when we don't try something new. When we stay in our little shell and we're afraid to try new things. Step outside of your comfort zone. Actually, this week, try something different. Do something that you wouldn't ordinarily do. Also, and I see that I have another one there, please ignore that. Post a reminder of how awesome you are, right? So what I want you to do is make 3 note cards that have positive self-affirmations, a positive self-statement. I am awesome. I can achieve all things. I am a go-getter. Anything where you can read it, whether you post it on your refrigerator, you can put it on your cell phone, anything where you can be reminded of your positive self-affirmations. For those moments when you're feeling down, maybe something's not going right throughout the day or at work, where you can boost yourself up. So I want you to write, this is your homework, on 3 note cards. Actually, as soon as this course ends, I want you to write those down. 3 positive statements about yourself. Another thing we need to do is acknowledge our fears, right? Sometimes we try to shy away or act like we have everything in control. It's okay to acknowledge your fears. It's okay to say, I'm a little afraid to try that, or I'm a little afraid to do that. Because once you acknowledge it, you'll hear how silly it is and you can just go after it. Next, we want to let go of perfectionism. No one is perfect, and it is okay to try and fail. It is okay to fail again. It is okay to mess up. Give yourself permission to mess up. It is okay to make mistakes, because mistakes and failures are what we learn from and make us better people. Another thing is be mindful of your body language, right? So say throughout this whole video, well, matter of fact, go ahead, stand up. Go ahead, don't just look at me, stand up, right? Now I want you to stand as if you were having a bad day and feeling down. How would your body language be? Your shoulders would probably be slumped and it kind of just brings you down. But now I want you to stand as if you were a strong superhero, right? If you had your cape on and you could just fly around and you were just so bold and strong. Imagine, do you feel that kind of jolt of energy you got with your chest stuck out and your head held up high? Sometimes we have to physically change our physical being, state of being, in order to fully boost our confidence. Okay, go ahead, sit back down, sit back down. Next, you must unapologetically be yourself. See, I just made a mistake right there. Is it going to shut me down? No, it's okay. You have to be yourself. We don't want to be like others. We don't want to apologize for being ourselves. Be who you are. Remember, you were made with a purpose. You are here for a reason. Only you can be you. Next, find things that make you happy, right? Sometimes I like, dressing nice or going places that bring me joy and have fun there. And that sometimes boosts my confidence. What makes you happy? What makes you feel confident? What can you do each day to make sure you are living in your full confidence? Next, live a lifestyle of personal growth. Professional relationships are courses that force growth. Make sure you take courses that help you learn. I love watching YouTube videos or other speakers or courses and just learning and building myself up. Also, say you're in a job that you want to continue to move up in. Speak with the manager. Look at the qualifications for the higher positions and see what you can do. It's all about personal growth. Every day you are trying to become a better person. You are trying to increase your knowledge on certain areas, and you just want to learn and just be a sponge and soak it all up. Every day you want to get better. When I'm working with my teenagers, I tell them you never get stuck at I don't know. At any point, you shouldn't say, well, I don't know, and just leave it there. No, you find it out. You never get stuck at I don't know. When you don't get stuck at I don't know, you're continuously on a course to explore and find out new things, to grow yourself and become a better person. Next, we want to think confidently, right? We talked about negative self-talk, and that has no room in our lives anymore. You want to think with confidence. You want to show your confidence at all times. Lastly, forgive yourself and start anew. We're not holding on to the past anymore. We are forgiving anything from the past, any past mistakes, and we are starting as a new person. You are amazing. You are awesome. Your confidence is going to just shoot out of the roof when you use and apply these things to your daily lives. So I also attached a handout where you can print each of these confidence boosters, and it can hang on your refrigerator or in your room as a daily reminder of what we have discussed today and to continue to work on it. This isn't just one shot and you took the course, so now you're good to go. You have to continue daily to work and to strive towards being a better person. So